David and Goliath, 1 Samuel 17, Bible Stories, Epi 1, The Philistine Threat.
During the time of King Saul, the Israelites were at war with their longtime enemies, the Philistines. The two armies gathered in the valley of Elah, preparing for battle.
The Philistines had a champion warrior named Goliath of Gath. He was a giant standing about 9 feet 9 inches, 3 meters tall. He wore heavy bronze armor, carried a massive spear, and had a shield bearer who walked in front of him.
For 40 days, Goliath came out every morning and evening, shouting to the Israelite army.
David arrives at the battlefield.
David was the youngest son of Jesse, a man from Bethlehem. He had 7 older brothers, and while they were in the army, David stayed home, taking care of his father's sheep. One day Jesse sent David to the battlefield to bring food to his brothers. When David arrived, he heard Goliath's insults and saw the fear in Israel's army. David asked, "Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?" His oldest brother Eliab was angry and accused David of being prideful, but David ignored him and kept asking about the situation. "Choose a man to fight me. If he kills me, we will be your servants. But if I kill him, you will be our servants." Goliath mocked the Israelites and their God, and no one dared to face him. Even King Saul, the leader of Israel, was afraid. David volunteers to fight Goliath. Word spread to King Saul that David was willing to fight. Saul called for David, but when he saw the young shepherd, he said, "You are only a boy. How can you fight this giant?" David responded with faith. "When I was tending my father's sheep, a lion and a bear came to attack the flock. I struck them down and rescued my sheep. The Lord who delivered me from them will also deliver me from this Philistine." Seeing David's confidence, Saul agreed and said, "Go, and may the Lord be with you." David rejects Saul's armor. Saul offered David his own armor, but when David put it on, he could barely move. He took it off and said, "I cannot go in these, for I am not used to them." Instead, David went to a nearby stream and chose 5 smooth stones. Armed with only his sling and staff, he approached Goliath. David faces Goliath. When Goliath saw David, he laughed. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" He cursed David by his gods and threatened to kill him. But David boldly replied, "You come against me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty. Today the Lord will deliver you into my hands. The whole world will know there is a God in Israel." Goliath moved forward to attack, but David ran toward him. He placed a stone in his sling, swung it, and released it. The stone struck Goliath in the forehead, sinking deep into his skull. The giant fell face down to the ground, dead. David then took Goliath's sword and cut off his head. Israel's victory. When the Philistines saw that their champion was dead, they fled in terror. The Israelite army chased them and won a great victory. David took Goliath's armor as a trophy, and the people of Israel praised him. Lessons from David and Goliath. Faith in God is greater than any challenge. David was small, but he trusted in God's power. God uses unlikely people for his glory. David was just a shepherd boy, yet he defeated a giant. Courage comes from trusting in the Lord. While others feared, David boldly stepped forward. We don't need worldly weapons to win battles. David didn't need a sword or armor. He had God.